Starting up a professional podcasting studio can often become quite expensive. Once you start upgrading from your cheaper USB microphones to more expensive XLR microphones, you're on a slippery slope to being skinned. Audio interfaces, microphones, a decent pair of headphones, all these costs can start to add up. And that got me thinking, can I swap out this for this? Would I be able to produce, record, edit and publish a podcast from an iPad? Now the first thing you need for your professional podcasting studio is a decent microphone, and for today I'll be using this, the Aston Origin. Now I know what you're thinking, how on earth can you use an XLR microphone with an iPad? Well, it's quite simple really. You need one of these, the Focusrite iTrack Solo. The iTrack Solo is an audio interface with a nifty little feature. It is compatible with iOS devices, which means you can plug it straight into your iPad or an iPhone. In the box it comes with a lightning bolt cable, so it is literally as simple as plugging it in and going. Simple and easy. So now I've moved to my kitchen table. I'm going to first of all set up the microphone. Quite simple really. We'll take our stand, tighten it up, then we just simply attach the shock mount to the stand and place the microphone in the shock mount. Then it's just a case of grabbing our XLR cable and plugging it in until it clicks. So now we're going to connect our microphone to the Focusrite, and then the Focusrite will go into the iPad. To connect the microphone to the Focusrite is quite simple. You grab your XLR cable and you plug it in there. With the iTrack Solo, if you are connecting it to a laptop, you don't need any extra power. But if you connect it to an iPad, you do need to take some power from the wall. It's quite simple really, and it just plugs in here. Now to plug the iTrack Solo straight into your iPad, it's quite simple. Grab the lightning bolt cable that comes in the box with it, plug it in the back here, and then plug it into the front of your iPad. Now the iTrack Solo is pretty simple to use. Here you have your level controller, so you control the levels from your microphone input. Now the iTrack Solo can also be used to record audio from musical instruments, and you can do that here. But for the sake of this video, we're just going to focus on the audio that you'll record for podcasts. Now here there is also an output feature for headphones, so that you can monitor what you're listening to. Once you're plugged into your iPad, open up GarageBand, or whichever software you'd like to use. In my opinion, GarageBand is probably the best. Then on the iPad, you need to scroll through these until you find Audio Recorder. With the microphone here, then click Voice. Then we'll click Lead Vocals and scroll down until we find Narrator. As you can see here, you have another level controller, which you can increase or decrease depending on what you need. A top tip is to try and keep as much of your audio in the green as possible. And once you're ready, just click Record. And from there on, you can record the podcast, the whole episode for as long as you want. It will constantly keep recording up here. And then when you're done recording, press this button here and stop. And now we're going to go on to the edit, and I'm going to show you how to edit your podcast straight away in GarageBand as well. So it's pretty simple really. All you need to do is listen through your entire podcast. And as you go, every time you find a mistake, simply double tap on it, click split, and then drag down, and that'll cut it into two. You then need to go to the end of the mistake, say here, and do the same thing. Split, cut down. You can then grab the middle section that you don't want, click delete, and then drag forward. And you've got a clean cut, and the mistake's gone. You can then also add new tracks to add an intro, an outro, any sound beds, or even other speakers. It's pretty quick, pretty easy. So now on to the publishing. All you need to do is create a Podcast.co account, and you can do this on your iPad. Then simply create a new podcast, come up with a name, we'll go with Jack's Podcast. A category, we'll go with fashion and beauty, and then your language. Quickly write out a description, could be anything. Blah, blah, blah. And click next. This will then give you your own link. Click next again, and then upload an image. And once you've done that, your podcast is ready to go. Then all you need to do is upload your audio. And then all you need to do is click the upload button and you're ready to go. And it's as simple as that. With the help of the iTrack sonar, it's very easy to start a professional sounding podcast from your iOS device, both cheaply and quickly. Now, credit where credit's due, Focusrite really have done a great job with this device. It's so easy to use and to set up, and it's very affordable as well. So let me know what you think. Will you be swapping out your laptop for an iPad? Have you done it already? Tell me in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you, and happy podcasting.
Hey, before you go anywhere, I have a quick question for you. Do you have a podcast? And if you do you want to book more interesting, high-profile guests on your show? Well, if you answered yes to either of these questions, I'd love to invite you to come and join our community over at matchmaker.fm. Matchmaker is a service that connects awesome podcasts just like yours with incredible and high-profile guests that make for really interesting conversations. It's really straightforward to get started and completely free to sign up. Just connect using your LinkedIn, Facebook or Google account, and then you can begin connecting with guests based on their area of expertise, location, and much more. If you haven't checked it out already, go to matchmaker.fm, get started. It's just like Tinder, but for podcasters.